How many relationships in life could be made so much better if only one of the parties involved could learn to control their tongue? Proverbs 15 and verse 1 says, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words just stir up anger." I don't know if you've ever been in this position before, but I have a mind to think you might have. Maybe you're there with a coworker or a classmate. Maybe it's with a loved one, a friend, a spouse, even a sibling. And you kind of been in a little bit of what we would call a disagreement, an argument. And one of those parties starts firing at you, these false accusations or these mean things that they say to you that really just get under your skin. And if you're like I am, your very first reaction to that, typically speaking, is that you just really want to fire back at them. You want to hit a little bit harder than they do. You really want to, quote, get them told. But you know that's never a good idea. This verse we just quoted from Proverbs 15 and verse 1, "A soft answer turns away wrath, but harsh words only stir up anger." That's absolutely true in every situation. But what does the proverbial writer, being inspired of God, mean when it says to give that, quote, soft answer? Does that involve simply bringing down the tone of your voice? I think in some situations it could. It's been long proven oftentimes that when two people are kind of arguing at one another, particularly when they're beginning to get a little bit louder in the conversation, just by bringing your tone down just a little bit, just lowering your tone just a bit, sometimes that can go a long way in diffusing the situation or helping it to settle down. And so if you're in a discussion or an argument, we may as well call it what it is with someone, that's always a good idea to at least give that a try. But I don't think really that's what God is talking about in this situation. Although that works and although that is beneficial, that's not at all what God's talking about. God is talking about here using softer words, trying to pull away some of those words that you're tempted to use that might actually dig deeply into them and get under their skin, or even we may say hurt their feelings. You've heard it's not a proverb biblically, but the old proverb among men that sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. That's not true. Words often do hurt, and oftentimes the pain goes on for so much longer than the sticks and stone pain would have lasted. So we learn as children listening to that phrase, and then in turn listening to the Bible, obviously, that a softer word, choosing your words more carefully, saying something kind in spite of the fact that maybe there have been nothing but unkind words directed at you, that can make a huge difference. I was listening to my two youngest daughters. I think right now they're 7 and 8, but they were arguing one day a couple years ago. And as they were arguing back and forth, the older one especially was, for whatever reason, very angry at the younger one. She was mad. She was coming at her, and the first thing I heard her yell is she says, you're not going to be my friend anymore. I don't like you. I don't want to play with you. And she made all sorts of things that she was yelling at the younger. What caught my attention is what the younger one did. I don't know that she did it by intention, but she paused for just a minute, and instead of firing back as I even expected her to do, she kind of got quiet. Tears began to flow down her cheek, and she said this. She said, "But I really wanted to be your friend." You know what that did for the situation? The older one thankfully came over and gave her a hug and said that she was sorry. What had happened? She had actually taken those harsh words that were being directed at her, and she met them with soft words that did diffuse the situation. I'm thankful that children can do that, but wouldn't it be great if we as adults as well could practice something like that on a regular basis? When someone is speaking against us or making accusation against us, just trying to get under our skin, if we could only come back with soft words, give them some love, some compassion, give them some, if you will, a little bit of mercy, and perhaps that could go a long way. I know that's the truth because that's what the Bible says. Thank you for joining me today on the passage, and until next time, stay faithful, my friend.